The Premier League remains difficult to call, at least it does for me. Ahead of match week 11, here are my bold predictions. Now last week I got 2 predictions out of 5 spot on, but the main takeaway was how badly I called the Manchester derby. Not only did I say that United would beat City, I also said that Erling Haaland wouldn't score. Of course, he ran riot at Old Trafford, leaving the United defenders and me looking pretty red-faced. The Norwegian does still lead the league for big chances missed, but he's also at the top for XG and of course goals scored. In fact, since the start of last season, he scored more times than this weekend's opponents AFC Bournemouth on his own. Last season, City won this fixture 4-0, but Haaland failed to score. But I'm not going to go down that route again. I predict that Erling Haaland will score his second hat-trick of the season against AFC Bournemouth. Number 2, penalty notice. Perhaps the most eye-catching fixture of the weekend pits Newcastle against Arsenal. And there's been a little bit of needle in this fixture between the two clubs over the last couple of years, and there feels like there's a bit of a rivalry forming between the two clubs and their managers. Between them, they've already won and scored 9 penalties this season, with the Gunners scoring 6 to Newcastle's 3. Fabio Vieira and Anthony Gordon have both won 2 each, and their dribbling around the opposition penalty area is a feature of both teams' attacking play. I predict that at least one of these teams will score another penalty at St James's Park on Saturday. Number 3, the return of the ball draw. There is nothing better than a goal fest, and match week 10 delivered plenty of those. Only one game had less than 2 goals in it, and for the 7th time this season, there wasn't a single goalless draw in the match week. With 4 teams shipping 3 goals or more, I expect defence to be high on the agenda this week in training. And 5 of the league's lowest scorers are in home action this week and might be in particularly cautious mood. Now, only 3% of matches this season have been scoreless, which is down on the average. So I'm going to be bold and predict that for the first time this season, we will see 2 0-0 draws in the match week. Number 4, Toffees over Sticky Patch. One thing I did see coming last week was Everton winning at West Ham. Sean Dyche was absolutely delighted with his side's performance in their victory at the London Stadium, and will hope that they can build on it at home against Brighton. As mentioned last week, Everton have been underperforming on their XG this season and have also missed a number of big chances. Perhaps having a fit and firing Dominic Calvert-Lewin back could change that. He's already surpassed his tally of goals from last season and has a decent record against the Seagulls. Brighton, meanwhile, have gone 4 league games without a win for the first time since the first 4 league games of De Zerbi's reign. Curiously, all of Everton's home wins under Dyche have been to 0, but they're yet to win back-to-back league games since he took over. So I boldly predict that Everton will finally go back-to-back against Brighton, but both teams will score. And number 5, double Woodwork. Struggling Luton host the might of Liverpool this weekend, looking to pull off the biggest shock of the season so far. This fixture famously produced 8 goals in an FA Cup tie back in 2006, and one lucky punter made a sizable fee after successfully predicting that Xabi Alonso would score a goal from his own half. Now, as much as I'd like to see that happen again, I won't be going in that direction. Instead, I want to focus on the Woodwork, which both teams have been unfortunate enough to strike a few times already this season. Liverpool have hit it 7 times, while Luton have hit post or bar on 4 occasions. I predict that the Kenilworth Road frame will be struck on more than one occasion on Sunday afternoon. So there they are, my bold predictions for match week 11. You can get yours in via the comments or indeed just criticise mine, and you can click here to see where I went wrong last week.